What if I told you $1 trillion economy just hit the brakes? This is Kenya News Update today. South Korea, a global tech and export powerhouse, just posted its slowest annual growth since the pandemic. But here's the twist. This isn't just a local slump. It's a direct result of a seismic trade war shaking the world, and it could hit your wallet next. Coming up, you'll discover how a construction collapse, a currency in freefall, and a high-stakes deal with President Trump are creating a perfect economic storm. Meet the South Korean economy, an export titan for decades, home to Samsung, Hyundai, and the world's most advanced chips. But in the final quarter of last year, the engine sputtered. The economy grew just 1.5% from a year earlier, missing forecasts. On a quarterly basis, it actually shrank 0.3%, the steepest drop since 2022. For the entire year, growth was a meager 1%, the worst since 2020. But here's what nobody's talking about. The collapse came from within. Construction investment cratered, shrinking 3.9%. Exports, the lifeblood of the nation, pulled back 2.1%. Manufacturing dropped. It was a perfect internal storm. And then something shocking happened. The Korean won started to plummet. It's down over 6% against the dollar since July, hovering near 16-year lows. Why? Because Korean retail investors are fleeing, piling into U.S. stocks. The central bank's intervention efforts have failed. The currency is in a tailspin, but here's the part that will blow your mind. This crisis is tangled in a massive geopolitical gamble. Last November, South Korean President Lee Jae-myung and President Trump struck a deal. Korea pledged a staggering $150 billion to invest in U.S. shipbuilding, plus another $200 billion in pledges. In exchange, the Trump administration slashed tariffs on Korean cars and auto parts from 25% down to 15%. A win-win, right? Not so fast. Because last week, President Trump fired a new shot. He imposed a 25% tariff on certain imported AI chips, pressuring Korean and Taiwanese firms to make more chips in America. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick even suggested tariffs could hit 100%. President Lee downplayed it, saying the costs would just pass to American consumers. But the threat hangs in the air, clouding the outlook for this export-driven nation. The Bank of Korea is signaling an end to interest rate cuts, worried about capital fleeing the country. Inflation is subdued at 2.1%, but the growth engine is stalling. Private consumption barely grew 0.3%. Government spending, driven by healthcare, rose just 0.6%. It's a nation caught between a domestic slump and an international squeeze. The implications are massive. This isn't just a Korean story. It's a warning sign for every export-dependent economy in a world reshaped by Trump's America First policies. Some say the deal protects Korean auto jobs. Others say it's economic coercion, holding a nation's prosperity hostage. The controversy is clear. Is this tough trade negotiation, or is it economic dominance? But one unanswered question remains. If Korean investment floods into U.S. shipyards and fabs, what happens to the jobs and growth back in Seoul? The one keeps falling. The growth stalls, the deal is done. But at what cost? Do you think these massive investment for tariff deals are a smart strategy, or do they risk hollowing out allied economies? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more on the global economic shifts that affect us all.